So now what we're going to talk about is counting the divisions and subdivisions of the beat. Okay. So the thing is that we know that the notes that occur on the beat are always counted with the beat number. So if we're in 4/4 time, the notes that happen on beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, and beat 4 are counted as such as on 1, 2, 3, or 4. But the divisions or subdivisions of those notes, of those beats, have to be counted with different syllables. Okay? Because we can't count them with numbers, the numbers are already represented by the beats. So you notice in this example here, the top staff are 4 quarter notes. Okay, so we're in 4/4 time. This is one measure. Each quarter note gets one beat. So the first quarter note gets played on beat 1, the second quarter note on beat 2, the third quarter note on beat 3, the fourth quarter note on beat 4. Now we know in simple meter that each one of these quarter notes can be divided equally into 2 eighth notes. So what we need to do is we need to figure out, okay, how do we actually count the second eighth note of a beat? The first eighth note of a beat is going to get the number of the beat that it's on. Okay? But then the second eighth note of the beat, representing the second half of that beat, has to be called something. And what we do is we call it and. Okay? So that the first eighth note of the beat is always called the number of the beat that it's on. And then the second eighth note of the beat is always represented by and. So if I were to clap and count out loud these top 2 staves, this is what it would sound like. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay. Now, something that I want you to notice is that the distance between each of the beats is exactly the same, no matter whether you are clapping quarter notes or you are clapping eighth notes. Okay. The distance between 1 and 2 doesn't change. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Now, if I were to just clap those beats and count out loud the divisions of those beats, meaning I'm going to count all the eighth notes, even though I'm only going to clap the quarter notes, it would sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the thing is that all of those eighth notes live within those quarter notes. I'm counting them out loud, even if I'm not clapping them. Okay. So the distance between the beats never changes. Okay. And the reason that I'm telling you this is because sometimes when people see eighth notes or they see 16th notes, they know that those eighth notes are shorter than quarter notes. And so then what they start doing is that they start playing really fast, playing or singing really fast. Okay. Sometimes I hear if people are going 1, that's the beat, 3, 4, then they go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But those eighth notes were not equal to the quarter notes that you were clapping at the very beginning. Okay. So the thing is that you have to remember that the distance between the beats are not going to change. The value of the eighth note has to be exactly equal to half the value of the quarter note. Okay. So that those eighth notes live within the space of a quarter note. So again, doing that exercise, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clap those top 2 staves, but I'm going to count out loud the divisions of the beat, even though in that first measure, I'm just going to be clapping quarter notes. Okay, so here we go. This is 1. I'm sorry, I have to do that again. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and.